Arsenal this, Arsenal that, Arsenal this, Arsenal that. Guess what? International break is over and club football is back. And guess what comes back with it? The hate. Unprecedented hate for Arsenal and Arsenal fans. Anyways, Arsenal fans, let's focus on ourselves, right? Um, let's forget about the fact that Ateta called or we called back about 11 of our senior players, whether they were really injured or they were not injured. That's left to be seen. We will see that in the next coming weeks, starting from the game against Southampton this weekend in the FA Cup. But I just want us to talk about a couple of things that I noticed personally from the international break. Right, I think Gyökeres did very well. Single-handedly, in my opinion, took his country Sweden to the World Cup, and I heard that he just trademarked that his jubilation. I think that's something really good, and I hope that form would spur him on to the end of the season. I hope he is able to maintain that form. Scoring 4 goals in 2 games is no easy feat, and I think that kind of tells us or reminds us again why Arsenal went for him and why he scored the number of goals that he scored last season. However, I want to talk about two other players. Okay, maybe not two, one. I did see Miles Lewis Kelly's. I didn't watch the game, but I saw the comps of the game that England played. I think it was the under 21s, right? And I thought it was really brilliant. And he kind of reminded me of what he used to give us last season. I think it's quite unfortunate that we have Nkapie and Calafiori, who are much more senior players in the squad that can effectively play the role that he plays. But I think that Ateta will be doing the team and with Lewis Kelly a lot of the service if he's not being utilized as much. I think it brings a lot more, especially to our midfield. He's a ball carrier, he can shoot the ball, he can pass the ball. Maybe he's not so great of a shooter, but he's active in the middle. And I think that's something that Mikel Arteta needs to start thinking and start looking at how to exploit, because oftentimes this season we've seen Zubimendi dry off. Zubimendi, maybe it's fatigue. Someone like Lewis Kelly can talk into midfield and do, lift some of that load off Zubimendi. It's just a thought that, has been coming into my mind of recent, especially with the just concluded international break. But what do you think, Arsenal fans? Do you think Lewis Kelly should be given um, a much more significant role or much more playing time towards the end of the season, at least for the Premier League games, and maybe reserved to be many for the Champions League games? What are your thoughts? Share it in the comment section, and yeah.